भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च.
Your Lordship, Bhishma, Karna and Krupa the conqueror, Ashwatthama, Vikarna and the son of Somadatta. Now, so far Dronacharya has been silent. This is the mark of refinement and maturity of a human being. When the other person is going completely wrong, when you have the power to establish yourself and correct the person, you are totally silent. Krishna is silent throughout the first chapter and 10 verses of the second chapter. An enlightened soul keeps quiet. That is because it gives you a chance to think, to look within, to realize your mistakes. And when the other person is silent, you can try that with a child. When a child is misbehaving, just keep quiet and look at the child. Before long, the child will stop the tantrums, look at you and say, why are you looking at me like that? Don't look at me. So it makes the person uncomfortable. But it doesn't work with Duryodhana, unfortunately. Dronacharya wants him to examine himself, to look within, and he has this last chance of preventing the horrible calamity that is to ensue. But unfortunately, he doesn't learn. So from the Kaurava army, he is enumerating, first of all, Dronacharya. The honor and recognition due to Dronacharya he gives him. Also, he wants to please him because he knows that in his heart of hearts, Dronacharya is not with him. He has openly expressed it. Dronacharya was the son of Bharadvaj, this great sage. He was a Brahmin, but equally proficient in arms, so in archery. And he was a celebrated teacher of the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Bhishma, as I told you, was an epitome of sacrifice, selflessness. And therefore, he was granted this invincibility. His father granted him this boon that you will decide your own death. And Bhishma chose his death only after the Pandavas won, when he knew that the kingdom was in safe hands. Therefore, throughout his life, he just served and sacrificed for the state. Karna, the first son of Kunti, was known for his generosity. He gave away everything, including his armor and kavacha and the kundala. That the two things that made him invincible. And so, as recognition of his sacrifice, Indra gave him a chance to use his deadliest weapon, but only once. Krupacharya was the teacher of the Pandavas and the Kauravas before Dronacharya came, and he survived the battle and continued to teach the survivors. Ashwatthama was the son of Dronacharya. You know, when the Pandavas knew that the Dronacharya was invincible, and Krishna got Yudhishthir to say that Ashwatthama, the elephant, was dead. But when he said Ashwatthama, the elephant, when he said the elephant, that got drowned in the noise of drums and things, conch shells. So Dronacharya took it as Ashwatthama, my son is dead. He lost heart and stopped fighting. That's how he was killed. So that Ashwatthama, the son, when he came to know that this is how the father was killed, he goes berserk and goes and kills everyone at the dead of night. Vikarna. Vikarna was one of the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra, the only one who rose against the injustice done to Draupadi, and therefore he was considered the best among the Kauravas. And son of Somadatta, Bhurishravas, who was the son of Somadatta, and Somadatta were great Maharathas, fought valiantly for the Kauravas. So now what you need to learn is that Duryodhana enumerates the entire Kaurava forces, just a handful of them, in one verse. And he spends 4 verses to enumerate the Pandavas. The Kauravas, 1 verse, 4 verses, Pandavas. So that shows his insecurity and fear. And with this now, we move on to the last verse, verse 9.